All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. Confirming your power and battery, done and done. Now it's time to go into the second most important thing that I feel on this list. Again, you'll notice in the last video, they're not ranked 1 to 10 because they're all important. However, there's an importance of prioritizing all of these sections because some things take longer than the other one. Power and battery typically can take the longest as far as getting everything in order. The second thing that takes the longest is confirming your platform. This by itself can cause a handful of difficulties for a virtual professional because as we grow and as we move forward, there is so many different platforms that different clients want to use, that different clients prefer to use, different platforms that you prefer to use, so you have confidence. However, virtual professionals can use any single platform with ease, understanding how to share screens, understanding how to send invites. Are you able to mute the whole audience? Can you mute yourself effectively? All of these different companies have all of their different platforms and they're used ever so slightly different. Why? Because everybody wants to be different while doing the exact same things apparently, right? So let's get into this. Obviously, we want to dive into confirming your platform. How do you confirm your platform when we're in a world of so many different platforms? So of course, what we got, let's dive into this. We got Zoom, we got Google Hangouts, we got Microsoft Teams, we have OBS, we have StreamYard, we have Restream, we have Skype, we have WebEx. All of these different video platforms require different skill sets and different knowledge. So this may take some time, but we are in a position that you should have a really good understanding of your clients and what is a preferred method of a platform that you want to use. You know, we look at these are some really, really big names, but of course, Zoom is always going to stand out as a leading provider. Microsoft Teams is always going to stand out. And of course, Google Hangouts is always going to be a dominant force when it comes to video messaging as they all are incorporated with their own settings. Now we dive into this. I want you as a virtual professional to pick your top 3 favorite. And I'll tell you why, because as a virtual professional, you need to let your clients know, hey, this is where I feel comfortable best. And because they are the viewers, they should have a general understanding. So picking your top 3 is going to give you the confidence that you need going into these meetings with knowing the proper information, but you need to understand that you have to have your client comfortable with those same platforms. If they're not comfortable with your top 3 platforms, it might be in your best interest to pick a different top 3. So knowing the general settings, I'm not telling you have to master the ins and outs right away. I highly recommend as you grow to continue to learn all of the different settings, but you just need to know the generalized settings. Now, what are these general settings? I want to talk, these simple things, sending invites, making adjustments to the meeting times within the software. How are you able to update the software on each of the platforms? How can you share screens? How can you send things through the chat? Do you know how to change the chat? Do you know how to change your name on the panel to something that's more concise and more respectable to your audience? These are little simple things that I talk about when confirming your platform. Then, of course, you want to ensure that all of your software tools are up to date. Anytime that I've had issues in virtual meetings when it comes to glitching and crashing, that's not having anything to do with the internet. It's because either my computer is not up to date or the software that I'm trying to use is not up to date. This is something that I check on a regular basis. And when I say regular, I say I check daily on my computer of what updates I need to do. Because again, anytime I've had issues, it's always because my equipment is not up to date. So please ensure that all of your platforms and your software that you're using is up to date. You understand the general softwares. Again, right? Do you know where to go on these softwares to update these softwares? Do they need to be updated? Perhaps they update themselves on their own. Always, 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 always arrive early to your meetings. I talk about this before every meeting. I give myself at least 20 minutes. And I do this to not only bring my nerves down, but to be able to handle technical difficulties if they do arise. I want to give myself, I'm in the meeting 5 minutes beforehand. And what I'm doing is, we're going to get into the checklist, but it's talking about confirming the audio settings and the camera settings and confirming everything that can take 5 to 10 minutes. So when your meeting is ready to go or your event is ready to go, you have all of these things in place and done. So we're going to do this as a quick reminder. You already know what we're going to be doing. Let's head on over to the coach's corner quickly here, and we can talk about these things. So of course, understanding your platform and confirming your platform. My recommendation for this one, pick a top 3. Pick a top 3 of the platforms that you're most comfortable with. So when you give an option to your clientele, if your first option is not their first option and they might prefer a different option, let's hope it's in one of the 3. My top 3 as a live streamer and as a virtual professional, it's not Zoom and it's not Microsoft Teams. My top 3 and my very first option I'm choosing every time is Restream. For simplicity, I'll use Google Hangouts. And if all those fail, that's when I'm probably, let's do this. I'm going to be going into a Zoom. However, saying that, that doesn't mean I don't know how to use Google Hangouts, right? That doesn't mean I don't know how to use Microsoft Teams. I've been in enough virtual meetings enough that these are the top 5 that your clientele or they've got to be using. There might be a 6 of WebEx. However, WebEx is not a top priority for a lot of clienteles, and I can tell you that with confidence. So obviously, pick your top 3 platforms. Ensure that all of these are up to date. Ensure that your laptop is up to date so you don't have to worry about all of these things crashing and going down. And once you confirm your platforms, once you have an understanding on how to send proper invites, making events, sending invites, making adjustments to the invites, adjusting the times on the settings, there is a lot of things that you need to understand with the platform. So it's really important. And when you can go into these meetings and you can share a screen by snapping your fingers and it's that fluid and you can come back into the presentation and then you can go and share the screen again. When you can make these alterations and these maneuvers without having to grab your mouse and going, okay, just hang on a second. Okay, can you see the screen? These things you need to have understanding. You need to have the confidence when you click that button and when you do it, it actually is showing the screen, and you know that, and you don't have to confirm that with the clientele. So understanding these, making sure the updates, and hey, there we go. Let's head back to the board here because you know what we got to do with all of this stuff. Coming back here, confirming your platform. Give yourself a check on the confirmation of the platform on your virtual event checklist with confidence. And this is how we're going to do it, ladies and gentlemen. Confirming the platform, done and done. Hey, this is baby steps, and it's the baby steps, and it's the little things that lead to little things that lead to big things, ladies and gentlemen. I want you to remember that. Let's head back downstairs. This is exciting. We're just getting started, but I hope you're finding this informative. Please, if you do have any questions after this seminar, do not hesitate to reach out, info@garenbelaney.com. I'm happy to send you a customized video to ensure that you're finding value in this course. I'm going to continue to get ready up here. I'm going to send you back downstairs, and we're going to go into the next segment, and then we'll come back up here, and then we'll go over the theory of everything again. So we'll talk to y'all soon. Confirming the platform. Done and done. Let's get it down.